Hi, it's me again with Corel tips and tricks. Just yesterday, I made a video on this helping somebody with wireframe, and they asked how they drew that or how I drew it. I did not draw it, but this is how you draw it. You need that shape right there. Pretty easy, pretty simple. This is his. I'm going to just draw one. It doesn't have to be proportionate. Now, I'm going to, a couple of ways you could do this. One, I'm going to make a duplicate of that line, and I'm going to nudge it out of the way for a second. I'm going to select it. I'm going to go to object and I'm going to convert it to a curve. And when I do that, I get these handles. I'm going to grab all these and I'm going to add a node right in the center. So now I'm going to hold down the control button and I'm just going to go, the control button makes me keep it in the middle. I mean, by a certain percentage. Okay. Now we actually need another one. So we're going to take that and mirror it like that. So I'm not far enough. We're going to take our second one and just move it up, holding down the control button. So that's about what we want. I didn't need to make the copy now that I think about it. So now what we want to do is just take two-point lines and get right there on that intersection and start moving and hold down the control button. I'm actually going to go past it and then go right in the middle. Let's see. Yep, it goes right in the middle right here, holding down the control button. That way you get it perpendicular. You don't have to cut these lines because we're going to use the Smart Fill tool, but we want to take away this line and we want to take away this line. So now you have that shape. I've already got my nudge factor set. Let's see what he did for coloration. And so he's got dark up top. So I'm going to take the black and put it right there. I'm going to take a lesser gray, but a little bit darker, and I'm going to put it right there. And really, truly, in this one is that color too. And then the other colors are even lighter than that. So I'm going to put one there and there. Now, this is where he had the line. So what I'm going to do is nudge everything over. And then that way I won't have any lines. I won't have any problems with that line. Oh, well, we're going to need one more. We need a solid one. So I'm going to Control G to group that. I'm going to make this 4 inches. And then I'm going to unlock my ratio and I'll make it 1.5. Whoa, 1.5. So then I can make another rectangle. I'm going to make it 4 by 1.5. And I'm going to use that same color that's right here. So if I can't remember what color that is, I can always take the eyedropper tool and take a sample of that. And I'm afraid I'm a little bit too close to that. It might not fill in. Eyedropper, get a sample of that and put it there. Take away the outline. Just because you take away the outline doesn't mean it's because we filled it. So that's where his problem was. Now we're going to put this one just butted up against. And so now let's move this out of the way. Our item is 8 inches long. So we're going to make our nudge factor 8. And we're going to Control D and make a duplicate. Control D, Control D, Control D. Make as many as you want. Now here, we're going to have to, let's Control G to group it. Let's get it out of the way a little bit. And it's only 1.5 inches tall. So I'm going to put in 1.5. And I'm going to Control D and do that. But you can see that it's not what we want. And if you remember, it was 4 inches big. So we're going to set our nudge factor on 4 and move that over 4. Now we can ungroup it. And this is, I think, where his problem was. He deleted that, but the wireframe was still there. We want to just delete, ungroup it. Control G or U. Now let's group that together, Control G. And we're 3 inches wide now because we're double, so we'll make our nudge factor 3. And we'll Control D and make a duplicate, and Control D and make a duplicate. That's I think mine is equally as nice as his. And you could do, multiple colors. If we look at them side by side, I think I'm pretty close. His are a little shorter, but that could, you could resize it, Control G to group it, and I wouldn't do this, I would do this and just make the whole thing a little bit smaller. And then you could still make more copies. We're 15 inches tall. Let's make our nudge factor 15. Control D and make a duplicate, and you could have as many as you wanted. And you know what? The other day I made a video on this. I'm just going to go ahead and do it. Control G. Let me get rid of this. This will make a really cool lens effect. I hit P to put it in the center of the page just so I can put my ellipse in the center of the page. And I'm going to hit P. I can actually make it a little bit bigger by getting the 2 point and then holding down the shift key. Now it is selected and you can see the red. So we're going to go to Effects and Lens Effect and go down here to Fisheye. Look at that. Now you need to go to Frozen. I call it Freeze, but it's actually Frozen. And then left click to take away that outline. That's pretty cool. Let's see what it looks like with a black box around it. Order back a page. It almost looks like a kind of way like a Starship Enterprise coming at you. Anyway, I hope that helps somebody someday, and thank you for watching.